So I know I took a long way around of saying that, but your numbers, your closing percentages are going to always be the same as long as you're not like, you know, cussing people out on the phones. Like, and I almost hate it, guys, like, because I feel like some days I'm a freaking beast on the phones. I feel like Wolf of Wall Street on the phone someday,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, dude, my closing percentage has to be freaking out the roof, right? And then it's like the next week it might drop off a little bit, or I might feel that way, but dude, my percentage is the same. And I'm like, are you kidding me? There's like really nothing I can do to be like a greater, like 100% closer on the phone. My numbers will just always be at like, 60 to 70% of the people I talk to close. Like, but it is what it is. I mean, it's just once you hit that pinnacle, that peak, like where you're confident and you have it down, like you don't need the script in front of you to close. There's really not much you can do that's going to make that big of a difference on the phone. I don't care what anybody says. Like, there's really not. But also on the opposite end of that, you're not going to be terrible if you have a terrible day on the phone. It just falls into the law of averages if you just show up and do the thing every day. Like, that's really all it is.
So I love that feeling when I'm closing like crazy and I save my calls. And like every morning I listen to at least one part of one of my calls just to get that sales high, like get that feeling, like, when you have a really good sale and you're like, the next person that gives me an objection, it's like, it's not even going to be an objection. Like it's done.
Yeah.
So I do that every day and it's really, really helpful.
That's
Um,
smart. That's smart.
and I don't
Yeah.
listen to the whole call because that's just crazy. You don't have time for that. But just that part where you get that feeling where like they're like, yeah, you're the greatest agent ever, and you're like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Right.
listen to this tomorrow. Yeah,
Be like, I got him. When I do that too, it's like my mind is made up before I dial. Like
yeah,
that's a huge part of my day is starting with so much momentum, getting a workout in, waking up, crushing that top part of my schedule before I ever even get on the phones, because then you become the person that's unstoppable. You can't think your way into being great. You just can't. You have to act your way. You have to do the things that make you that person and have that confidence. And I talk about personal development all the time. It's not bullshit. Guys, the reality is you don't have to be great. You don't have to be like working out every day. You don't have to be like, the best, have the best habits just to be successful. The most fucked up people in this world with addictions that, and I'm serious, that have been crackheads, opiate, pill heads, stuff like that, are the best salespeople I've ever met in my life. I'm not even joking. So I'm not saying you have to be like the most fit person to crush it in sales. Hell no. You just have to have a why. Why were those why were those drug addicts, and I have nothing against anybody who was a former life of a drug addict or anything like that. Those are, again, some of the most motivated people I've ever seen in this life. Why were they so good? Dude, because if they didn't have 10 sales on Friday, they were going to be dope sick. Like, and it was either make it in this or hey, you're gonna have to do something else to get your fix, bud, right? But your why is what it is. Like, why do you need this to work? Why is it so important for you to work? Like call reluctance and all that stuff is it's not anything. It's just a mask. You're just adding another layer of complexity to being lazy, to not wanting to do the work. You're running away from the work. That's why I don't like the word passive income, dude. Like I used to want to be into real estate and all that. Dude, it's the biggest scam. There ain't no fucking passive income, bro. I got a whole Turo business that's based on a real estate that sit there on my ass and not have to do anything. And it's still not passive. Dude, I invested in tax liens, tax deeds, right? You literally buy a certificate and then you get paid an interest amount just for having the certificate every single year. It's still not passive. Do you know how long it took me to find a good freaking tax lien, bro? I'm sitting on the computer all night like, that's not passive, bro. It just doesn't exist. So people are running from the work. All I'm preaching for you guys to do is put the work in and have pride in the work. Like become the person. You know what I'm saying? Just become the person. You don't have to look good and be fit and all that to be great at sales. But if you become the person every day, that's what you can control in this life, right? So if you're just sitting here working out and you're like, dude, I can choose to work out today or not. I can choose to eat right, dial my macros in. That's going to build momentum, dude. So that's just what it is. It's just becoming the person day in and day out. And then you're going to execute every time. Sorry, but y'all got me on a
Guessing
rant
that
here.
we start using drugs in order to be better salespeople.
Sorry.
Hell no,
I was like,
you
is that
got
what I'm hearing too?
you
Because
got
I already
two.
don't work out, but I can do
So,
drugs. Okay.
so dude, you got two. Well, here's the thing: like stagnation doesn't exist. Straight up, I wouldn't be surprised if one day you guys are doing drugs. Honestly,
No, don't do drugs, kids.
hey,
Sugar.
look,
It
hey,
does
look,
not help with sales.
sugar's a drug.
Yeah,
Caffeine
I'm hitting the
caffeine is a
caffeine
drug,
hard this morning.
right? But do you regret that? I don't regret caffeine. A lot of people regret sugar. When I sit and I don't do anything, and I'm just sitting there worried about when is the next fucking Little Debbie I'm gonna eat, or the next Oreo cookie I gotta dump in the milk at night. I regret that shit. That doesn't build confidence.
I disagree.
Yeah, it doesn't build confidence.
I'm having a bad day. I go get pie.
And that
Wow, I didn't even notice that.
hey, that doesn't do anything good though. There's nothing good about eating pies, other than placating the vices of what you want now and getting that immediate gratification for what you want. But if you withheld that vice, if you withheld that, Ash, I guarantee you that's your next level up in life.
I know. I need to start working out. Like whenever you and Jennifer Pisani get on, you guys are like, yeah, I just ran 4 miles. I'm like, whatever.
Hey,
oh, sorry. I gotta
strength.
go.
Yep. Strength is in restraint. But I probably shouldn't be preaching that right around Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, no, not that. But also don't do drugs. I've seen plenty of people try coke in call centers and it never works out well.
No, it does not.
It does
Yes.
not.
Good call. Good call.
All right. No drugs, guys. All right. Bye.
All right.
Happy
All right, y'all.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.